Hello and welcome to another Gamereactor stream. It is 5 o'clock CET on October the 8th, meaning the global review embargo for Beyond Two Souls has just dropped. So we're gonna stream the first hour or so and give our general impressions while avoiding any spoilers into the game. And I'm joined in the studio here by Lee West, the Danish editor-in-chief.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself to the fine people.
Oh yeah, hi. I've written the Danish review of the game, and well, if you scroll to that part of the site, you noticed I've given it an 8. Yes. And well,
yeah, the reviews are up on all of the countries, all the Gamereactor branches, and there seems to be a general consensus about an 8 for this game.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think you've got two kind of gamers, either the ones that really love this for being the interactive movie it is, or hate it for having about 2 hours of actual gameplay out of 12.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've both played it through, and I have to say I really love the story of it.
Definitely, yeah.
But that means that the small annoyances in lack of gameplay or gameplay that I don't like means that it amplifies. So it can be a 9 or maybe a little bit higher if you're in it for the story. But if you're in it for like a computer game, I could see it go.
I think that's what we talked about when playing it, you know. It was excellent as a TV series, and I really enjoyed it, and I would recommend anyone who's into this kind of game to go get it. But at the same time, you had like 2 hours of actually play.
Yeah. But I enjoyed it all the way through, and what we're going to do here now is we're going to play the first hour. We're going to show the different control methods, because there's is it also Android? Is it only iOS?
Yeah, it is.
So there's a mobile app, but that you can participate in playing the game, which I thought was very nifty.
I think it's a really smart idea. You've got the app called Beyond Touch, and basically you're able to control the full game with the app. Or you could play co-op, and let's say Dory is playing as Jody, and I would take the role as Aiden. And this one has been made to make sure that people who hasn't played a game ever are able to do it. Because basically the game is simplified for the one holding this one. So instead of having to press 6 different buttons and 2 analog sticks and everything, you've got sort of pointers on the screen for things you can interact with. And you just look around, going like this with your finger, and press the screen to interact.
Which we'll see more of later when because we're gonna use that app and we're gonna see that in action a little bit later.
Exactly.
But let's jump into the game, I think.
I'm trying to find the game at the moment with this one. Is that one on wireless?
Yep.
Oh, that's great, because then it doesn't work.
I haven't started it yet. So we're going to start a new game. My saved game. Yes. We're going to play duo. And I'm going to be Jody. You find the game?
Nope. And of course this worked like a charm when we're actually playing the game for the review.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm just going to try another network while you can show a bit of it.
I guess I'll start in solo then. And I, of course, play video games often. But like I said, we're going to be playing the first hour, and we're not going to talk about anything that happens after that hour. We're not going to spoil any of the story. But obviously, if you watch the first hour, what happens in the first hour is going to be spoiled for you.
True.
So know that.
Yeah.
If I had to say how it all began, I might just as well start here.
found you by the side of the road, in the middle of nowhere. Was there an accident? Did someone try to hurt you? How about a name? Someone I could contact? You must have family, friends, someone who could tell me who you are. Hey. You don't talk much, do you? Well, if you don't help me, I can't help you. Oh, I get nowhere. Is that a scar? Is that a reason?
Got to stop them. They have no idea what they're up against. Tell them to wait until I get there. Get back to them immediately, you hear me? You've got to stop them! Goddamn fools.
Here we see both of the main characters of the game.
I know.
Well, two of the three main characters. One of them you never see.
So this is we had Willem Dafoe and Ellen Page, of course.
Yes, turning in very good performances, I must say.
Yeah, excellent. We're going to be like these guys.
Like in Mr. Science Theater. Interrupting attention.
Jody, what have you done?
Yes. And as you can see, we were dropped right into the middle or close to the end of the story there. See, here is the timeline. And the game continues to jump back and forth in time, which I think is a brilliant choice.
It is definitely.
Because I love the story, but if it would have been shown in chronological order, the first half of the game would have been really dragging. So
I think that's one of the problems normally when they're trying to make interactive movies, is that they are telling the story from beginning to end. And this way you're constantly, well, first of all, it doesn't feel crazy to suddenly be in, you know, a military setting or in the desert or in snow or in town, because they're simply, you know, telling different parts of her life.
Exactly.
And it works.
And it breaks from the action and gives a lull and more context to what's actually happening later on in the game by showing her childhood on and off. And I really like. And here I'm finally getting to control the game. And when these dots appear, you simply use the analog stick.
I might as well, since our app is currently not working.
Yep.
I can't get contact. Normally, it's actually super easy, of course. But you can see the white dot on the screen, and if you're using the app, I mean, if I'm the second player and I'm not used to playing games, whenever I see the white dot, I simply press touch anywhere on the screen, and they will interact with that. So we don't have to worry too much about pointing the analog stick in the right direction, controlling anything. You're basically swiping to look and just pressing to interact. And I think that's a brilliant way of, people not used to playing games. They will actually enjoy this much more because they don't have to sit and fiddle with a controller.
Yeah.
And of course, if you don't have two controllers at home, this is an excellent option, and it's free to download. So.
And to walk with Jody, you just use the other analog stick, and then it has on-screen commands like using the 6-axis controller for movement and stuff like that. It's very intuitive. As soon as you pick it up, you're playing. There's no learning curve on the actual controls, especially if you played Heavy Rain, of course.
Yeah. We'll talk more about the controls compared to Heavy Rain. Later on, we're getting to a scene where there's some fighting, because I think there's quite some differences there.
Yeah. And the game looks really nice, I have to say.
Yeah. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything. There are some scenes that I didn't like that much, and especially in daylight, it seems like the engine of the game is geared towards snow, darkness, or indoor environments.
Yeah, it seems anywhere where they limit the draw distance, they can pump more horsepower into making everything
and they're definitely
just pop.
doing that. I mean, there's a scene where if you're holding a gun to my head and asking me to give the right answer, I wouldn't be able to tell you if it was a game or a movie I was watching.
Yeah.
And that's crazy, especially on this gen.
Yeah, they're really squeezing everything out of the PS3, I think.
I think we could let the viewers decide what we're going to do here. Basically, this is a test, and she has to, read minds. But she can go totally nuts and really be a badass, I would say.
Yeah. Be
Or
naughty.
she can be pretty nice. So, well, if you're joined on the chat, you can tell us how we should act.
Yeah, so in the chat, tell us for the first morality choice, should we
Go good or bad?
naughty or nice?
Yeah.
And here we get to play as the other main character of this game, Aiden, who is this mysterious entity tied to Jody. Here we are actually playing in first person. And let's see if I can star, okay. Ooh, I can actually take control of this guy and maybe make him do something, but let's box. Should we see what kind of havoc we can wreak by
Yeah, let's go crazy. I think a lot of choices here are pretty fun, and that goes for the whole game. But they don't make a huge difference to how the story is playing out.
No, it seems the story has bookends.
Yeah, you've got basically 4 endings. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to talk too much about that. And even though I'm saying it doesn't, change too much, we actually had, when we were playing through the game once again, we had a simple dialogue ending up with one of the lead characters being killed. So stuff can definitely happen in the game depending on your actions and your choices.
Yeah. While the experience is still bookended with certain events, so to speak. Oh.
You won't be finding any, let's say in like in Heavy Rain, any mini jobs or anything that you're going, daily chores like that.
So what did the chat say? Was there any definitive answer?
Take control of the black guy is one guy. I want to see what happens. Well, just going to go bad, I think.
Yeah, but
it's too late to take
you
control.
can't take control over everybody. There needs to be a hue over them. For example, I can't take control of her because she's blue, and then orange means that I can.
Yeah, basically the game is keeping the player under really strict control. You're having options like here, all the blue dots. If there's no dodge, you can't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I'm just gonna be a little bit naughty and terrorize this poor woman, because that's fun.
I mentioned here that when you're using the app, you just have to press the screen when there's a dot up. You can actually change the control settings as well if you're sitting playing with a controller, if you basically want a super simple way of playing the game. I think most of the Gamereactor readers would prefer the normal control.
Yeah, that's enough. That's not
You're being too nice.
Let's leave it up to the viewers that when they play it, they can see how far you can take it.
True.
It will never be over.
Another great thing with using virtual actors is that actually when you see the younger versions or the older versions, I mean, they look like the actors, instead of, they picked up.
There's there's no need for casting.
Exactly. As you can see here, you've got a total of 26 chapters in the game, and they're just jumping back and forth in the timeline.
Yeah, now we're kind of in the middle of the story here.
And as I said, I think there's maybe 4 of these.
Actually,
26
what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn on
menus.
subtitles.
Subtitle close. Yeah.
There we go.
I think actually there's 4 out of the 26 chapters that resembles a normal game.
Yeah.
The good thing is that compared to a lot of other interactive movies, they don't end up going, hey, let's play 2 minutes of a game and then watch 30 minutes. Basically, the things that feels like a game are about an hour long.
Okay.
I think, this sequence feels like a game and it's about 30 minutes, I think. There's a later one later in the game that's about an hour long. And I think it's a nice way to do it, because most of the time you feel like you're watching a movie, but when you're actually playing a game, you get to play it for more than just 5 minutes.
I'm delighted you could attend.
Always a pleasure, Sheikh Ahmed. I would like you to meet my assistant, Elizabeth.
I was unaware that American diplomacy was undertaken with such charm. Pleasure is mine, Elizabeth.
Gentlemen.
I think the facial expressions and animations are gorgeous. That being said, of course this is current gen, and I can't help thinking that as you get used to the actors on screen here, you start thinking they look a bit like they're on Botox. You're missing just the tiny wrinkles and stuff that would make, the Oscar performance.
Yeah.
But still,
a couple of muscles missing, you would say.
Yeah.
I need to find a quiet place.
Ooh, let's have a little drink. Should I? Yeah, let's have a drink. Quiet place. Nowhere more quiet than the ladies' room. Let me see.
Aiden, are you ready?
And Aiden is that ghost that she
There's
has
a large painting
Yes.
in one
been
of the
So-
haunted by, or what would you say?
She's been
for a long
tied
time.
to from
documents
birth.
we're looking for are inside. But there
And
are
basically
guards and cameras, so you have
that's
to
the
be
guy
careful,
that
you got it?
is sort of most feeling like a game in this one. I
Yeah.
mean, because he's the one solving puzzles or
And he's
taking over
also,
people and
in my opinion, one of the most interesting characters because, of course, he's totally silent and his actions are completely controlled by you, meaning you kind of infer your personality on him
that's true.
through gameplay. So you can be nasty or nice. It's kind of okay. That's somebody I can control, but
An office with a portrait of the sheik.
oop.
This is the place. Crap. You gotta distract the guard first.
That should do it. Go.
Okay. Nobody will be able to monitor the main office now. We should be safe.
And there's a limit to how far away Aiden can go from the OD as well.
Yeah, but it also seems to be controlled by the game developers.
Exactly, because
Dist-
we tried a couple of
Yeah, the
times. you know.
distances are different.
Be careful, Aiden. You know you can't touch other people when you're controlling someone.
Thank you for that exposition. Oop.
That's one I think kind of my main gripe with some of the puzzles in this game is that you're kind of being told by a monologue what to do, and sometimes it gets too much like, okay, how stupid do you think we are?
Yeah.
I
but
know they're
I'm-
trying to please everyone, but I just wish they wouldn't, you know.
I'm sure that's the result of
I
vigorous
switched somewhere.
beta testing.
Yeah.
To move the
So-
painting.
It works.
Yeah.
Should work for everyone.
Find it, Aiden.
That being said, I have gotten lost. So let's see. And of course, having played this through before, I'm not really exploring like
Yeah.
somebody
exactly.
would.
In case anyone is wondering, you can explore simple stuff in the game, like, you know, finding a chair with Aiden and turning it over, and that will result in a bonus being opened, like artwork or special trailers for the game.
Yeah.
So there's stuff to go back into the game to after you've completed it,
It's not working.
I guess.
apart from the 4 endings and
Get the guard
all
out
the
of here and open the
mini
safe.
changes.
Yeah. Because this guard doesn't have the security clearance that I needed. Blast.
Go for it, Aiden. Good job. Now we have to read the documents. Make it quick. I can't hold on much longer. Okay, now don't move.
There's, I mean, some of the details are pretty cool in the game.
Yeah. And here is where it looks the most like Heavy Rain that it will.
Yeah.
With the quick time. But it doesn't use the same amount of array of buttons that Heavy Rain did.
No.
Heavy Rain sometimes became a little bit complex and you were using your hands kind of weird, but Beyond doesn't have that same problem.
هل من أحد هناك؟ الرجاء الخروج من هناك على الفور.
ولكن ماذا تفعلون؟ إنها مراهد السيدات. انصرف من هنا أيها المنحرف.
Now, of course, if there are any questions or let us know if you want us to be more evil or good, just hit us up in the chat and we'll try to oblige.
Sorry.
kill the woman.
Anything to help you.
That again is not really a choice.
But it does point out a certain limitation of the game, a limitation if you want to call it that, lack of freedom to go ballistic.
Yeah, the game will definitely tell you if you're able to kill someone or not. It's not GTA, you're not going to go nuts doing whatever you want.
No, it is structured with a narrative that, even though the narrative does branch off and there are some certain different outcomes, they are set.
Yeah. I can't help that. As you can see, Aiden shouldn't go too far away from the OD, and that really hurts. So,
Yeah.
what I sometimes think is a bit crazy is kind of when looking at it like a movie, you start noticing plot holes.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so suddenly he's not able to go more than 5 meters away from her, but he was able to do that just a moment ago.
Yeah.
And well, that's sort of the limitations when you need to have it, work within a gameplay setting.
Yeah.
Go now.
Right. We're leaving.
I've forgotten what that actor is called, but actually I think he's great. Getting a lot of messages behind the camera going.
Yeah. I'm usually the one behind the camera, so
Yeah.
if there are any problems, I'm not there to fix it this time. I'm sure Sophie can handle it though. Here again, back to the past.
Listen, I'm not sure. Maybe I shouldn't go.
Jody, you've been begging me for weeks. You're not gonna back out now.
I don't know anybody there. They might all hate me, and
I can also tell you guys that since this is basically 12 hours of gaming, we're going to show 1 hour here to give you a taste of it. During the weekend, we will be sending out 2 videos, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. Each one is 6 hours long, so if you want to see the full game with one of the 4 endings, you will be able to do so on Gamereactor during the weekend. So that's basically 12 hours of Beyond Two Souls coming up.
And that's my first playthrough.
Yeah.
Be watching that.
So that includes, I was sitting here with Doi, so that includes stuff like, not being able to invert the controls and screwing a bit with the menus and stuff like that. But it will be the full 12 hours if you want to see one of the endings of the game. And I want to say one thing without spoiling for anyone. Could you do the opposite of what you did on the playthrough? Because I want to see that.
Hey, Jody, come in. Hey, Kirsten, you come in? I gotta go. Come in, Jody. Don't be shy.
hey, Jody, right? Come on, we're in the living room. Some girls from my school normally store you guys. Come on. Was it a present for me? Cool. Thanks.
I'm off, darling. Look after your friends and don't do anything stupid, all right?
Sure, Mom, whatever you say. Finally, she gets the hint. Hey, everyone. This is Jody. She's in Unit 4 with my mom.
Unit 4? Paranormal department. Ooh, what you do there? Bend spoons or speak to dead people? Stuff like that?
No. Party time! I'll get the beer.
And the last choice, there was quite a couple of guys saying, be evil, be mean, be bad. So the next time we get a chance, we promise we will do that.
We'll go full poltergeist.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You're always choosing pub.
No.
garbage is bad.
Ah, wrong choice.
We'll put on something from this century. Something really popping. He doesn't even go into my room anymore. She's completely oblivious.
Kirsten, you're a genius.
Ready, you want one? Yeah, cool, sure.
Little bit of underage drinking. Don't do that at home.
Hey, don't
Do it in
choke on
computer
it.
games.
I bet
Okay,
it's your
yeah.
first time. No, I've had some before.
Of course you have.
I played these parts on the touch, you know that? Doi, unless you want me to sit here drinking all the time, I think you should take it over, since I've played this on touch only.
Let's see. Oh, you had quite a few beers.
Yes, that's what I was able to do right there.
Want some?
No, I think we'll stay away from the illegal drugs.
I gotta say, I think, well, this part of the game is what I hate most about David Cage stuff, is the thing like, hey, go drink, go clean something up, go do nothing for a while, go dance,
Yeah.
for the lovers of
Yeah, but we got
Dance Central and Just Dance.
we got sweet moves. Oh, I say, and I
You
missed
said
the
that
first.
too early.
Oi. This was much easier when I wasn't live on the internet. Nah, we'll go another round.
And in typical David Cage fashion, you will be cleaning dishes, doing, you know, cooking and stuff like that. But it doesn't distract from the game as much as it did in Heavy Rain, I think.
No, the infamous opening scene.
Yeah.
in Heavy Rain
I
was-
think he's kind of learned from doing Heavy Rain, and
Hi. Hi, I'm Matt. Jody, right?
everything seems a bit more streamlined.
Yeah.
I've never seen you at school before. You don't do classes on bass?
Let's be a little bit
I'm
sociable.
in a different program with my own teacher. It's kind of boring. I never get to see people my age. I suppose I've gotten used to it.
So, you work with Kirsten's mother?
I've never met Kirsten before. Her mom works at UNIT. That's why I was invited.
I used to live in London before I moved here
Oh, you
2
don't
years
say.
ago. And you? Where did you live before?
New York?
Man, I love New York. It's awesome. I went there once and it blew me away. Do you have any hobbies? Anything you do for, like, fun? I surf any chance I get, and I play in a band with a bunch of friends. And you, what are you into?
Let's try to be
It's gonna sound really boring.
sociable. I'm trying to be more open than on my first
I like
playthrough,
to
but of
read.
course, when you get your hands on it, you can
I like sports.
see what's
He hasn't
different.
got a lot to work with here.
I mean, I can't.
I mean, he's
I can't
basically,
use
as
the
you
bass,
say,
so it's
stuck in
sort of
bass.
like-
So-
in the lab.
Can I ask you something? Why are you in Unit 4?
Ooh.
But not telling.
Okay.
I'd rather not talk about it.
So, damn, so stupid. I hope I haven't, like, upset you or anything.
No, it's okay.
Government secrets. just don't tell it to some guy from London.
Slow down.
Exactly.
Are you up for it?
Sure.
Such a good dancer.
Hey.
You know, I'm sure you hear this all the time, but you're really pretty, you know.
Do you say that to all the girls you meet?
You're not like other girls. I mean, there's something special about you.
I think you're pretty special too.
Not that type of girl.
Thanks for the dance, Matt, but I think I'll
The game
pass.
is already said that, but in case you missed it, it's about 12 hours to get from the beginning to the end of one of the stories.
I think, yeah, our recording is about 11 and a half.
Yeah.
Great
no,
idea.
I-
I'd pay to see that.
Forget it. It's just a little bowl.
So,
Yeah, come on, Jody. Show
And I
us.
said,
should we show him?
Okay, Jody, you up for demonstration?
yeah.
Yeah, let's give him a little taste.
All right then.
So, what are you gonna do, Jody?
Just be quiet and don't move.
Oh, I'm scared already. I just want my pants.
Shut up, Steven. There. I saw something.
Don't be stupid, Emma. There's nothing. I swear it.
Shit, man, what the hell was that?
The TV. Look at the TV. Wait, can you hear that? It sounds like a voice.
Oops, freaked him out a little bit.
I think so.
Oh,
Right
you want me to
in the
continue?
waiting.
Well, guess I'll give him a little bit more.
Okay, I've had enough.
Yeah, me too.
That was really scary.
I didn't mean to frighten anyone. Sorry,
So kids,
Yeah,
that's
you guys
not how to
insisted
make
and-
friends.
Right, okay, guys. It's time to eat that delicious cake, and most important, to open my birthday gifts. Actually, the cake can wait. I'm opening my gifts first.
Cake can never wait.
Love, Jen, XXX.
Oh,
Oh, that's nice,
July.
babe. I bet it's knee socks. A thong! Just exactly what I needed.
Now you can stop stealing your mom's.
And improve your chances of finding a decent boyfriend.
Oh, take one again.
My future lover
All
wants
it
to
takes
thank
is one
you for
reference.
making his life more
Oh, yeah.
interesting. What
She
is
really loved the
that?
thong. Let's see how she likes the
An
Edgar Poe.
old It smells funky.
it's a really rare collection. Poems by Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan who?
What, did you steal this from your grandpa's library?
No, and it's really rare.
Yeah, just like your dress. No, seriously, is this a joke? I can't believe you came all the way to my birthday party just to give me this old crap. And she thinks she's so clever. Or she's just a little lab rat.
A freaky little lab rat.
Great.
Yeah. She's been following me around like a puppy all evening, begging
Liar.
for it.
Oh, and she's a slut too. I never wanted to invite her. My mom made me.
Yeah, she's a slut. A slut and a witch. We should, like, do something to her.
What do you do with witches? You burn them.
Ah! Get her!
Ooh.
Please! Stop!
Oh, mistress of the obscure darkness.
And now they're going all
Power
Harry
of
Potter
your
on
mighty
her.
Please! Please let me
Well,
out!
that's getting
First
way
moment I
too
saw I'm begging you, please let me out!
Did
Please!
someone say cake?
Please! I want to get out! Please, I want to get out! I'm begging you, please let me out!
We're not gonna let this stand.
Nope.
Get me out of here. Please.
As you wish.
I think one thing that is
Go, Aiden.
lost since everyone is also the camera work.
Yeah.
I mean, he's much better at shooting wide angles and drawing the viewing.
You like the cake? How you like it now?
Well done, very funny, Steven.
Hey, it wasn't me. I didn't do it this time.
Shit, that's crazy. I'm getting out of here.
Don't leave me alone! Okay, wait for me.
The door, it won't open.
It's impossible, try harder!
I'm telling you, it's locked.
Keep calm, there's no reason to panic.
We'll give them a reason to panic.
The windows, try the windows. They're locked.
Guys, this is a joke. It's really not funny.
What was that?
There's someone here.
Who did that?
See anything? I'm not staying here.
What the fuck is going on?
Is that what it is?
Ah.
No escape in the house.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it at that, and then you viewers at home can see if you can take it any further than that.
So the moral is, be nice.
Indeed.
God, what happened? She tried to kill us. She's the devil. She's the devil.
Let's go home.
Enjoy your thong. I think we're doing this chapter, then one more depending on time.
Yeah.
How long have we been running now?
We've got 10 minutes left, so this is probably the,
Yeah, this is the
last
last
one we're going to do, yeah.
Stop it, Aiden. It's your fault we're in trouble, so cut it out.
He's replacing Dr. Matthews. He's the one who's going to be taking care of you.
Yeah, let's see if we got time for the next one, because it's actually showing a bit more of where the
Of
game
the
is heading.
combat
Go on, he wants to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, hurry up. I'll be right here, sweetheart.
In case we aren't, if we're running out of time, well, the next chapter is more based on the combat and her training into becoming who she is
as
later on in the game.
as we saw in the embassy mission we played earlier, she's in the CIA.
Yeah.
And so the tutorial is the CIA.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Hopefully we'll have time for a little bit of that.
If it's okay with you, of course.
But here we can see some excellent interaction between the characters. So let's let that speak for itself.
Jodie, my job is to study strange events and then try to explain them. Like the things that happen around you, right, Jodie? Your mother tells me you have an invisible friend. This friend, has he been with you a long time? Since you were born? Is he a ghost? Or a spirit of someone who passed away? Can you draw him for me? Can you tell him to do something?
So many things to smash.
Tell him what to do, and it happens.
I don't tell Aiden what to do. No one does. He's like a lion in a cage. We're tied together. He can't go away. That makes him really angry. It's not my fault. I want him to leave too. It can be really scary sometimes.
Did he do that to you?
No. That was the monsters.
And that scene played out a little bit different from the first time that I played it.
Yeah.
But ends the same way. It's like I said, it's, you have the bookends to each sequence, and then you can kind of play around a little bit
within that.
Yeah, within that.
This is where we're getting sort of a taste of how the combat system works. Anyone who's played Heavy Rain knows that it was an insane and sometimes really boring amount of button presses, and I think it's much more intuitive this time.
Yeah.
You're basically watching Jodie move on screen, and you just need to press the analog stick corresponding to what she's doing. So if she's hitting like this, you need to press the analog stick that way.
Exactly.
And it feels much more intuitive and
I have to say it does take a little bit of time to get used to for the first time,
Yeah,
but that's why they have this
this
area here.
Come on, Holmes, keep up!
If you're playing this on the app, you will get the arrows on the screen, and you basically just need to swipe in that direction while doing it.
That's it, Holmes! Come on! I haven't got all day!
Here again we see basics of the combat.
Yeah.
Well.
again, to me, this feels much more natural than the normal quick time.
Yeah. Well, this having played it before, now I'm a little bit ahead of time of the tutorial. Ooh. Oh, try to duck there.
Let's start again.
Punch, punch, kick, punch, kick.
I think we're almost out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 4 minutes left. Well, anyways, the reviews are up on all the different parts of Gamereactor at the moment. And during the weekend, we will be streaming or sending 12 hours of Beyond Two Souls. And basically that's from the beginning to the end of with one of the endings. We're not going to spoil the whole game for anyone who wants to play it themselves.
Here we see the cover and stealth mechanics in action. That oh.
And later on in the game, you're going to play about now of this kind of gameplay, and that feels really excellent with gorgeous animations and a great part of the story as well, I think.
Indeed. But I think we'll pause it here.
Yeah.
Call it quits. That was a little bit of taste of Beyond Two Souls, which is out tomorrow here in Denmark, in Britain.
I think it's on the
Friday 11th.
Yeah.
Yes. And obviously, if you like what you see, go out and get it. I enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah, definitely. And
while it still has some pitfalls that I don't really know how they could have fixed, because of how the format
that's
of
the
this
problem,
game
really.
is.
I mean, if you are aiming for gameplay and at the same time want to tell a story and doing an interactive movie.
But like Mike Holmes, our reviewer in UK, ended his review. Really put all your heart and soul into the first playthrough.
Yeah.
Follow your gut in the choices, and don't think like, oh, I'm gonna go back and replay it and then try all the choices.
It's a bit like Walking Dead. The whole illusion of freedom fades when you're playing it
so
through again.
Behave like you wanted to behave and really enjoy the first playthrough, because playing it again right after is not quite as enjoyable.
True. Yeah.
So that's it from us today, and join us in the week where we'll put up our entire playthrough of the game.
Yes.
So until next time.